we'll go ahead and get started. We said we were going to start at 6 o'clock. We want to try to stick to the schedule. Could you tell us, Dr. Garrett or Leanna, how the selection of the candidates and the order that they were selected, was it random or? Okay, all right, so the candidates were selected randomly. I've asked them to be excused, and in my opinion, the fairness of the issue would be that the others would have an opportunity to hear the answers of the others, so we'll keep it for each individual come in individually. We'll ask each candidate the same questions. You have the questions in front of you that we have used in the past for this selection process. Again, we are going to interview 4 candidates for the Beaver Dam school board seat that's vacant due to Larry Harbin's resignation. The way the process will work is we will listen to the candidates answer the questions, and then when the meeting, when we come up to the part on the agenda tonight, on item number 6, all discussion and selection will be done in open session about our selection at that time. And then, of course, I've asked Ms. June Ray to be here so we could go ahead and seat that person immediately tonight to go ahead and start the process, and of course go ahead and get them sworn in so they can start their term. Are there any questions of the board members about the process? We are being taped and recorded, okay? Any questions about the process or how we're going to do it?
But they will be seated tonight, right, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir. Unless for some reason the board decided to do otherwise.
That'll be up to the board whether we see it or
Correct.
not. Right.
That's correct. Okay. Ms. Moody or someone, would you please ask Ms. Best to come in and we'll start the process. You do have the resumes and background materials in your folder for each candidate. Ms. Best, welcome to the Haywood County Board of Education and the interview process. And the way this will work is we're going to ask you a set of questions. We'll ask each candidate the same question, so each candidate will have the same opportunity.
Okay.
And do you have any questions of us?
Not yet, but
Not
maybe
yet,
for some,
okay.
yes.
Fair enough.
Okay.
The first question is just tell us about yourself.
Okay. I am Jennifer Best. I'm obviously a Beaver Dam resident. I'm an agent with North Carolina Farm Bureau here in the county. I'm married to Daniel, 16 years next month. We have a son that's 13. I have a stepson that's 30. I have a grandchild that'll be 3 in January. So we raise cattle and have horses, and it's pretty busy, but we like it.
Very good. Next question is, why do you want to serve on the Haywood County Board of Education?
Well, when I originally saw that there was a vacancy, I was concerned that maybe there would not be a lot of community interest. I am a business owner under the Farm Bureau umbrella, so I thought that I could lend some business experience to the board. Obviously, I have a child in the public education system in Haywood County, and so I have a real-time view of some things that are going on. And so those 3 things all together piqued my interest, and I thought I'd put my name in the hat.
Well, thank you. What experiences have you had that would relate to the service on this board?
Well, I have served on some other boards and have worked in some other community activities. I worked with the Beaver Dam Community Development Club when we built the new, well, it's not new anymore, but it was new at the time, the building there on North Canton Road. We started with basically a land grant from the county, and then a financial grant that actually provided for the building and some things like that. So I've had some experience with community involvement that direction. And then obviously, headed programs with community and church, and I'm currently a member of the Chamber of Commerce, which we all know how the Chamber of Commerce works, but also an allied member with the Haywood County Board of Realtors. And so I've served on, community service events and things like that they have, committees that they have inside those groups. So I have a fair amount of experience in community involvement.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Being on the Board of Education requires 10 to 20 hours of your personal time each month. Do you have the time and the commitment to spend on this board?
I do. I actually took that into consideration, and somebody mentioned to me also that there is a continuing education requirement. And I'm real familiar with that. I also hold a real estate license, and so I have continuing education with real estate and with insurance. So
Right.
I understand it's a bit of a commitment, but I think I'm up for it.
What is the top issue that you will try to address if you're appointed to the Board of Education?
Well, obviously, I've done some research and to see what was going on. I know that a lot of what you do is overseeing some administrative concerns, budget concerns. I can honestly say I don't really have an agenda. I would try to be fair and address all the topics that are brought before the board. But I'm not coming in with an agenda of something I would like to spearhead or change, or just want to contribute what I can to the community and to the board.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the board in closing?
Not anything specifically about my opinion of education. Like I said, I do feel like I have a lot to contribute, and I do have a child in the public system now. I think education is just vital. I've seen it from so many as a parent, and then also I was in real estate before I had the opportunity to be part of Farm Bureau, and I understand how important good education is to our community on so many different levels. It's the future of our community in the students that we're bringing through the school, and it's so important to people relocating here, to businesses coming here. I mean, education is very, very, very important to our community. And I know North Carolina as a whole has kind of struggled, and if I realize that we probably don't change the world from the local level, but if I could, impact it some way locally, then it's like, sends waves out through the big pond, we hope.
Well, thank you, Ms. Best.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time and your willingness to serve.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Can I ask one question?
We'll have to ask it of all candidates.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
The term, if you are selected, is from now till 2014. Are you planning on refiling and running at that time for the BDMC?
Well, interestingly enough, people have approached me in the past about running for the school board. And, I say, I probably should do that, or I should look into it. So that was another reason when this vacancy became available that I did review it. I would have to say, obviously I have no experience, so I don't know for sure that I would, but I would imagine that would be definitely something I would consider.
Any other questions?
Stephen, I'm sorry, did you point out that she runs in 14 and 16?
Yeah,
as well?
14 and 16.
And 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now say that once more.
Because of the election cycles,
Uh-huh.
we appoint you to the next general election, which is in 2014. You'd have to run again for the same seat in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 2-year term left on that. So
Okay.
you'd have to run again in 2016.
Have to run twice. Okay. Absolutely.
So you
Okay.
get the first
You'll have to
one.
run twice in 3 years and a half.
Okay, there you go. They would become very familiar with my name, I guess.
And I apologize, we just started off, but I think the board wanted to introduce themselves.
Okay.
I'm Rhonda Shandoval.
Yes.
Jim Francis?
Yes.
Larry Henson.
Chuck Francis.
Judy Rogers.
Yes.
Bob Morris.
Yes.
Stephen Kirkpatrick.
Lynn Milner.
Well, it's nice to meet all of you again. I was introduced to you, some of you, before we started tonight. So for those of you I didn't get to say hello to, it's good to see you all.
Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay. Ms. Heidi Warren. Come on in, Ms. Warren. Hi. That's correct. The way the process will work is we're going to ask each candidate a set of questions, and each candidate is going to get the same questions asked.
Okay.
So everybody will be fair on each question. And last time I didn't do this, but I want everybody to take an opportunity to introduce themselves to you, Ms. Warren.
Thank you.
Hi, Heidi, I'm Rhonda Sandoval.
Jim Francis.
Larry Henson.
I'm Chuck Francis.
Jimmy Rogers beside him.
Bob Morris.
Stephen Kirkpatrick.
Lynn Milner. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get started with the questions now.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself, Ms. Warren.
My name is Heidi Warren. I'm a deputy sheriff with Haywood County Sheriff's Office. Prior to that, I was a reporter. I'm married. I have 2 children. I also have a stepson and stepdaughter and step-grandchildren. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I'm 47 years old and been in Haywood County for 20 years. I didn't have the wonderful opportunity to become a born and bred Haywood Countian. God didn't see fit to put me here to begin with, but I got here as fast as I could.
Good answer. Very good. Ms. Warren, why do you want to serve on the Haywood County Board of Education?
I believe in public service. That is why I do the job that I do. I believe in being answerable to the public, and I believe in leading by example. I believe in the school system. I believe in bettering the children and the children's future, and I'd like to be a part of that.
Very good. What experiences have you had that relate to service on this board?
I've not held public office, but I have served the public. I'm accustomed to mediation. We do that every day in my job. I am accustomed to public speaking and being in the public eye. I have writing skills and speech skills, but more than that, I have a heart for the job. And I think you have to. Anybody who would hold themselves up for a public office has to have either something very wrong with them or a very deep desire to do it.
Very good. Being on the Board of Education requires about 10 to 20 hours of your personal time per month. Do you have the time and the commitment to spend on this board?
I know that there is going to be a lot of time that is spent in the schools. I'm a DARE officer. I'm in the schools pretty regularly. I know that there will be extracurricular activities. Again, I have a tendency to go to most of the open houses and special events and field trips as I'm able. I've spoken with the sheriff about the commitment. He understands and is in agreement and would allow that to happen. And yes.
That's good that
Yes,
he
sir.
supports you.
Yes, sir. I checked with him first.
What is the top issue that you will try to address if you're appointed to the Board of Education?
Had you asked me that question a few months ago, my inclination would have been school safety. With the recent developments coming from the state, I'm more apt to say it's ensuring quality teachers and making sure that they have what they need in order to lead the future.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to tell this board or say about yourself in closing?
I don't know that I want to say about myself, but I look at the other two candidates and I know that no matter whom you choose, you will have an excellent member to add to the board. I know the other two candidates, and I'm honored to be considered among them, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
There's now 3.
Thank you.
And I need to explain that.
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Black applied via email and I didn't receive it, or we didn't receive it, so she's been added to the agenda. So Ms.
I
Robin Black,
see.
and she's qualified too.
I
so-
didn't know if she was with
so
Mr.
no worry.
Leatherwood, so thank you. Thank you.
And we have one other question.
If you are selected, the office that would be appointing you to, the position will be coming back up in 2014 to run. Are you going to run for that Beaver Dam position in 2014?
That's a really good question, and it's one that I have spent time in prayer about. I have to say that that would be a decision that would come with the Lord's leading. It truly would. It's too early for me to say.
Right.
That's almost.
Yeah, because you've got 2014, then you'll have to turn around 2016 run again also.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I sure do appreciate your answers and your time and commitment to come this evening. Thank you so much for
Yes, sir.
coming this evening, and we appreciate your willingness to serve on the Haywood County Board of Education.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, be sure that our candidates do know that we're going to make a decision tonight. I think they do know that. Be hard to swear somebody in. That's fine.
We said we might not. I mean, we'll figure that one out when we get there.
Hello, Mr. Leatherwood.
How y'all tonight?
Just fine, just fine. Way the process will work, Walt, is we'll ask each candidate the same questions. We have the set questions, and we'll also, at the end of the evening, we'll make some type of a decision, so don't run off. We brought that up just a minute ago. But anyway, first of all, we'd like to introduce ourselves to you. I think you may know a lot of folks here, probably everybody, but anyway, we'll start over here with Ms. Shandel.
Rhonda Shandoval.
Jim Francis.
Larry Hanson.
Chuck Francis.
Jimmy Rogers.
Bob Morris.
Stephen Kirkpatrick.
Lynn Milner.
The first question is, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm 68-year-old, been around a while. I worked in a paper mill 41 years before I retired, and I've been involved in a lot of sports over the years. I still coach softball at Pisgah High School, and involved with my grandkids a lot right now. I thought when I got my kids raised that, you know, it kind of eased over, but I think it's getting worse, to be honest with you. But I've been involved with Champion Credit Union. I was on their board for 21 years and worked with the Little League about 20 years. Just still working and doing what I want to do.
Very good. Why do you want to serve on the Haywood County Board of Education?
Well, to be honest with you, back last election, I made a mistake when I didn't run again. Be honest with you, I miss it more than I thought I would. I thought I was too tied up to stay involved, and since then I've kind of cut back a little bit. I don't take on every job that comes along, and I take on jobs that I know I can do in a day or two and forget about it for a week or two. But I see a lot of things that I, miss about it, and kids for one. But I'd like to see the Pisgah project get on the move, and you know me, I like to see stuff going up, and that's one reason I'm running again or wanting a position back.
Okay, very good. What experiences have you had that relate to service on this board?
Well, I served on it for about 16 years and helped build the back end of River Bend School, was involved in it, and built the new Clyde School, built the Bethel School, elementary school, went through a couple of floods, rebuilt 2 football stadiums, and softball field, baseball fields. And I feel like experience I've had, not just on that end of it, but other parts of it, I feel like that, I just need to get back in and get involved again.
Okay. Being on the Board of Education requires 10 to 20 hours of time per month. Do you have the time and the commitment to spend on this board?
Yes, sir. If I didn't think I did, I wouldn't have applied for the job. I took the time before when I was serving on it, and like I said, I'm pretty much my own boss. I can quit whenever I want to, and if it's something comes up, I can, middle of the day or the night or whatever, I can be here in just a minute.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to say to this board or about yourself or anything else you'd like to say?
No, sir. I'll just let what I've done over the years speak for itself.
Okay. We have one other question.
Well, actually, you missed the other one. You missed
What'd I miss?
top issue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, excuse me. Back up. What is the top issue that you would try to address if you are appointed to the Board of Education?
Well, like I said, I'd like to see this addition at Pisgah High School get off the ground and get started. That's the biggest thing I'd see right now. And the safety of the kids in every school, as far as that goes, would be my top priority, making sure that the kids are safe going to school and coming home from school.
And now we'll ask the last question again.
If
Anything
you're-
else, or you determine?
If you're appointed, are you planning on running again in 14
I
and
do
16?
plan on, of course, 3 years from now, I'm 68
Yeah,
years
we
old. You never
all
know.
may be dead, yeah. You never
But,
know that.
and my plans right now, if I'm appointed, I plan on running. If I'm not appointed, I may run anyhow.
Okay.
Ms. Glad, we sure do appreciate you coming and your willingness to serve again on this board, and thank you for your time, and
I'll thank y'all for your time too.
yes, sir, thank you. Thank you. Robin, you're on center stage.
All right, I'm up here.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about the process. Each candidate will be asked a series of questions, and the same questions will be asked of each candidate. We also would like to take this time to introduce ourselves to you.
Okay.
You may know everybody, but anyway, we'll start over here
No,
from
I
this one.
don't believe I do.
Okay.
Rhonda Shandoval.
Jim Francis.
Larry Hanson.
Chuck Francis.
Jerry Rogers. Bob Morris.
Stephen Kirkpatrick.
Lynn Milner.
Nice to meet everyone. Once I don't know.
The first question is, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a CPA, licensed CPA, Haywood County resident. I served 4 years before. I have a lot of experience in governmental accounting, capital fund projects, and a lot of other things, but I think I need to quit wasting everybody's time. I think the candidates that you have are fine, any of the three of them. And the main concern I had tonight was when I came off the board, y'all couldn't get anybody to run.
Yeah.
WOS-TV had to come down there and do a little interview to get anybody to want to be involved. And you've got three fine candidates. I told Mr. Francis when I called and asked what to do that I was not interested in running again. I was only gonna do this to try to support the school board that I believe strong in. And so, although I'd love to sit here and chat, y'all have got better things to do. So I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to meet everybody tonight. And I wish everybody luck. And I've talked to those three people, and they're all three wonderful people. They'd all be good candidates, so.
So you're officially
I'm
withdrawn?
officially
Okay.
going home. I won't wait till you decide. It's okay.
You're welcome to stay, Robin, you know that.
I've already had the goodies now,
Well,
So,
thank you so much for
y'all
your
have a good
willingness to
evening.
serve, and I do remember the phone call, and I do appreciate the fact
There
that
was a
you.
little delay, there was some,
Yeah.
wasn't sure who was coming or going,
Sure.
and I sent it in for
That's
that
great.
reason. But every one of you should be commended for your service, because I know it's a long and oftentimes thankless job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
And thank you for your previous service to this board. Thank you.
Got my plaque on the wall.
Okay, board members, we will now do our personnel in closed session. So we'll adjourn back to the closed session. I need a,
I'll make the motion to go to closed session.
all right, do I hear a second? Second. All those in favor, raise your hand. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously.